Alright, we are back. This is actually day 2. I got exhausted, so I had to go to sleep, and so now we're starting with the remainder of my eyeshadow palettes. Let's see, the first one is the Carroty Matte Eyeshadow Palette. This is a great palette with lots of really pretty colorful shades. But I have some other matte palettes that are just better quality, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. And then I have the Glamlite Chocolate Donut Palette, and this literally is shaped like a donut, if you can see. Super creative. This is a beautiful, stunning eyeshadow palette. The shimmers are incredible, but I never reach for this, partly because of the size and the shape of it, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. Then I have the Glamlite Pizza Slice palette. This is the Veggie Lovers. Let's see if I can get this open. There we go. So here's the actual palette itself. It is shaped like a slice of pizza, super creative. Get the plastic off so you can see the colors. Beautiful green, grungy eyeshadow palette, stunning shades. I will say that their newer palettes, their shimmers are a lot better quality. And I have enough green palettes, so I am going to go ahead and let this one go. Plus it's also kind of a pain in the butt to store this one with the shape that it's in. So, however, I do have to say their creativity when they first came out with like the pizza palette and this palette, I think they were ahead of themselves. I think that was awesome. Then I have the Glamlite Pie Palette, which is shaped basically like a, I guess, cherry pie. You can see the little cutouts here, nice and shimmery. And then this is what it looks like. Right here it has a beautiful blush in the center, and then these beautiful, try to pull it back. I feel like I need to turn it down just a little bit because it's washing out the colors. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. There we go. So you can see it's got some real pretty like pink and purple shades. Super pretty. Honestly, nothing wrong with this palette at all. It's a really stunning palette. But I feel like I have a lot of palettes with these types of shades. And again, this is just a little bit bulky and a little bit harder to store. So I think I'll just pass this on to a better home. Someone who will get more use out of it than I will. And then I have the Milani Gilded Terra. This one's absolutely stunning. Just Milani doesn't have my favorite eyeshadow palette formula, so trying to get, there you go, you can get a better view of the shades. Stunning, stunning shades. I really do like this palette as far as the shades go, but again, they don't have my favorite formula, so I'm gonna let that one go. Let's see, this is the She Glam Enchanted Disco Dance Color Palette. This was like a holiday edition or a holiday release or whatever. The packaging's absolutely beautiful. It's got like lace on it, super pretty, but it's just kind of a neutral eye palette. It's got, you know, a green and a red in there to kind of go with the holiday theme, but overall it's just kind of a neutral palette. Not anything I see myself reaching for, so I'm going to pass that one on to somebody who will get more use out of it than I have. Excuse the noise, my son's literally right next door taking a shower. This is a C Color Cosmetics Sundown palette. This was a dupe for the Natasha Denona, not Sunrise, but like her first one that was so popular. I can't remember the name of it, but anyways, it was a really good dupe. I can't remember the name of it. And I don't know if she even has it anymore. But anyways, C-Color Cosmetics is no longer in business. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to somebody else so they'll get more use out of it. Let's see. I've got the Nomad Cosmetics Lake Como, Italy palette. That's what the palette looks like. And it's real pretty with pretty greens and blues and some neutrals, but I don't really wear greens and blues, and honestly their shadow quality has come a long way since they released this palette, so I don't see myself reaching for this one. So I'm going to pass this one on. Okay, I've got another Nomad Cosmetics. This one is the Tuscany, Italy palette, and this is what the palette looks like. And this one has kind of some pinks and burgundies and neutral shades. It's a pretty palette, but again, I don't see myself really reaching for that. I have these shades and other palettes that I like the shadow quality better. So I do feel like I can find somebody who will get a lot better use out of this than I will. I've got another Nomad. This is Venice Simplon Express. I don't even remember what this one looks like. So that's the palette. Okay, and here is what it looks like. It's a cute little color story. But again, don't see myself reaching for this one, so I'm going to pass this one on. Oh, this one is a little nostalgic. This is the Milani Gilded Getaway. I honestly bought this because of my favorite comedian, Gabriel Iglesias, also known as Fluffy. He collects VW buses, and so this reminded me of him. So honestly, I think that's the main reason I bought this, not necessarily for the colors and the eyeshadow palette, although the colors in here, if I can get the plastic cover off of here, are absolutely stunning. There you go. It's got some really good neutral colors. It's got like a pop of green and a pop of blue. This is kind of like a really shimmery gunmetal, so it is a really good looking palette. I actually never used this one, but I have someone in mind that I think will like this one, so I am going to go ahead and let this go, even though it is kind of nostalgic. Let's see, this is Poppy Cosmetics Neon Drip. This is a neon palette, and I think this is absolutely stunning. I have never used this, shamefully, so I am going to hang on to this. I'm not sure if they still have this or not, but if they do, I'm going to make a video with this in the spring because I think these colors are stunning. So yeah, we are hanging on to that one. Okay, oh, this is Odin's Eye. This is the Norns eyeshadow palette. I think since getting this one, they've re-released it in their more like rectangular shape, and I think they kind of upped the quality, and I'd actually like to get that one, but in the meantime I'm going to hold on to this one because it's stunning. Let me just swatch a few just to show you, because even though they may have upped the quality, I think that the quality is still really beautiful in this one. I mean, the shimmers are just, whoo, so pretty. I mean, you can see that. So pretty. So, and I love, again, I think I've mentioned several times, Odin's Eye is one of my favorite eyeshadow palette brands. So yeah, I'll definitely be hanging on to that one. This is another one from Odin's Eye. This is the Alva 2 eyeshadow palette. And this one I absolutely love. The color palette, or whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to scoot back so you can see it a little bit better. You've got some kind of pastels in here. It does have some pressed glitters, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. I do want to swatch a glitter though, just to see what it looks like. Oof. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's stunning. Okay, I'm going to swatch. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I might actually try that glitter. That is, wow. That is stunning. So yes, I'm definitely hanging on to that palette. Okay, now that won't come off. Oh man, this one's a hard one. This is the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles. And this was their pastel palette. And I know I got rid of most of my BH Cosmetics palettes, but this one, let me just swatch a few. Yeah, they're still swatching beautifully. Oh yeah, I mean, oh, there's nothing on that finger. Yeah, they're still swatching beautifully. So I am going to go ahead and hang on to this palette. I know I got rid of the rest of my BH Cosmetics palettes so far, but I don't know, this one's a little nostalgic to me. It's a little pastel, but it also has some neutrals to make it a little bit more cohesive, so I am going to hold on to that one. I've got another BH Cosmetics palette. This is Beautiful in Barcelona. Oh, it's still in the sleeve. This was what it looked like without the sleeve. And oops, there goes the protective sleeve. This is a really pretty palette. I really did like this palette a lot, but again, getting rid of most of my BH Cosmetics palettes, so I'm going to go ahead and let this one go. Got another one. This is Puerto Rico, Party in Puerto Rico, and this one, honestly, it was just never really my color scheme. I think I just bought it to kind of complete the travel series set, so I'm going to let this go to somebody who will get more use out of it. It's a very pretty eyeshadow palette, just, you know, the reds and the oranges just aren't really my thing, so I think somebody else will really love that. This is the BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint-Tropez. This is what it looks like without the sleeve. And this is kind of their colorful palette. This was a beautiful palette. I created some really pretty looks with this one, but again, don't see myself reaching for this, so I'm going to let this one go. Okay. Oh, looks like I have another second, The Queen by Eloise. Not sure why I have two. Maybe I got two on a BoxyCharm. This one is brand new. I think I put one in a giveaway already, so I'll put this one aside to give to somebody. I'll double check. If I didn't put this one in the giveaway already, then I will plop this into a giveaway. I think I did though, so I'm just gonna set this aside. But like I said, if it's not in a giveaway, then I will definitely plop that one into a giveaway. Back to the breakfast in bed. I'm sure I'll cut that out. From Beauty Bakery. This palette was okay. It's kind of a cool tone palette. I did come up with some pretty creative looks, but I struggled a little bit with some of the shadows. I had to kind of dig into them, got kind of hard pan on some of them. So yeah, I definitely don't see myself reaching for that one again, so I'm going to let that one go. Okay, I have this eyeshadow palette from Moira Cosmetics. This is I'm Falling For You. And I saved the packaging just because it's so cute. It's like a like a little letter, unfolds like a little letter, so I saved the packaging. And this is what the palette looks like. This has lots of purples and pinks, and it's very romantic. And I really did like this palette, so I am going to hang on to this one. I think this will be the only Moira eyeshadow palette that I have. I do have singles from Moira, and I have liquid shadows from Moira, which are absolutely stunning. Eventually I plan to go through my singles and like my liquid shadows and stuff, and then I can show you guys some of those. I don't know that I'll be discontinuing, or not discontinuing, decluttering a lot of my liquid shadows, but it'll be nice to show you guys like what's in my collection and all of that. Okay, this was the Morphe Ashley Strong Affirmation palette. This was a really nice palette. I think she did a really good job with this. I don't personally know who Ashley Strong is, but I think she did a really good job with this. It's a nice neutral slash grunge palette, and I did have a lot of fun playing with it, but I don't see myself reaching for this. I definitely think it's been discontinued, so I will pass this on to someone who will get more use out of it. Pretty sure I did a video on that one if you're interested in seeing it, but again, I don't think it's available anymore. Alright, what's next? I have the Glamlight Burger Slider palette, and it looks like a burger just like their actual burger palette does. It came with a little wrapper, and then it's raised. Looks like a burger. This one I had a lot of fun with. It's got a lot of neutrals and then a couple pops of color. Super pretty, great quality. I think this was when they kind of started diving into their better shimmers, but again, the storage of this is kind of a pain in the butt, and I don't see myself reaching for it for that reason. Like, once I have things like this that are kind of stored out of the way, I tend to forget about them. Let's see, this is a Tarte magnetic palette. Okay, these are, I think, my Sydney Gray shadows. Those aren't going anywhere, and again, I'm not going through my singles right now, so definitely keeping that. This is the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. This is what she looks like. And I'm sure you've seen this. This is just like a basic neutral. It also has some rosy tones to it. Stunning palette. Do I think I'll use it though? Honestly, probably not. I lean more towards the cool tones. So I feel like I have somebody actually in mind that will get a lot of use out of this, so I'm going to pass this on to them. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, then I have the ColourPop It's All Good palette. I don't know if they're still making this one or not. If they're not, it's quite a shame, because this one's a stunning palette. It's more of a colorful palette. That is what it looks like. Really pretty. I really like it with the yellows and the pinks and the purples. It does have one pressed glitter, but I don't care. It's got a few neutrals, so I really do like this palette. I'm definitely keeping this palette. She's not going anywhere. I think ColourPop's Mega Palettes, they did a fantastic job with. I just need to reach for them more. I need to put them somewhere where I see them more. Right now they're in my bins, and I'm trying to actually get to where most of my eyeshadow palettes are more where I see them. So hopefully with this declutter, it'll be that way. Okay, this next palette is another BH Cosmetics palette. This is the Supernova palette. This is their baked shadows. So they were best used with like a wet brush. And when you did that, they were just stunning shimmers. So it's all shimmers. Very, very, very pretty. I don't see myself using these just because I've got other shimmers that are, you know, much higher quality than this, but it is a stunning palette, and for somebody who likes cool tones, I think will absolutely love this, so I'm sure I can find a good home for this. Let's see, I've got my Nomad Cosmetics Haunted Europe palette. I wish I had been able to get the one that they released in 2023. So this has the thing that shifts. Yeah, you can see that, the thing that shifts. I wish I had been able to get the Ghost Town palette. That's one I will, once I'm able to buy again. I plan on getting that palette because I absolutely loved that, but I do like this palette a lot, and it's going nowhere. I love the cool tones, and their shimmer quality was definitely stepped up in this palette, so yeah, she's going nowhere. I really do like this palette a lot. Getting rid of a lot of stuff. Oh, this is Colored Rain Vivid Pigments and Shadows. So this is an all matte palette with basically very pigmented shadows. So I feel like I already have these shades in other palettes that I reach for, so I'm going to let this one go, but I don't know if they still have this one or not. If they do though, it is a really good palette. I just never reach for it because I have others like my Blend Bunny palettes that I prefer. Okay, this is the Melt Cosmetics Amor y Mariposas. I don't think they have this palette anymore. Beautiful artwork. I mean, the artwork on here is just next level. Stunning. But honestly, it's got a lot of the reds. The greens are pretty, but it's got a lot of the reds. I just don't see myself really reaching for this one. So I am going to go ahead and pass this on to somebody who will get more use out of it. Okay, what's next? Oh, this is another one from Badass Beauties. This is their MRE, Magnificent Radiant Elite, kind of a play on, you know, meals ready to eat. This is just a really pretty rainbow palette. But again, I have rainbow palettes that I reach for, and I'm honestly not sure if this company is still around. So I'm going to go ahead and let this one go as well. I think these are more singles. Yeah, these are just some ColourPop singles that I have. So I'm going to set those aside with my singles to go through later. And then I have some small palettes in here. I have the Essence Dancing Green palette. I think this is a cute palette. I'm not sure if they still have this palette or not. So if they do, I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it. This is their Bronze This Way. Same thing, if they still have this, then I'll hang on to it. I'll look it up and see if they still have it. If they don't, then I'll, you know, pass it on. This is the Love to Mauve It, or Mauve, I think is how you're supposed to say Mauve It. Again, super cute palette. So if they still have these, I will hang on to this. This is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. I don't think they make these anymore. Really did enjoy this palette, but I have a lot of palettes with these shades, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. And then I have Nomad Studio 54. I think these were just like some duochrome shimmers. I don't know, let me see. They're kind of more like toppers but they are pretty. A little dry, but they're pretty. See if you can see those. They're pretty. A little hard to pick up, like one of them didn't really pick up very well at all. So, I don't know, I think I'll hold on to this and play with it a little bit. Because it's super cute. I like it. Then I've got the Huda Neon. This was, I think, the pink one. And I do like this one. Let me swatch the shimmers. Their shimmers were just more like toppers, yeah, if I remember, but really pretty. I don't know. They're just okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and let this go. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she discontinued this palette a long time ago, so I'll pass this on to somebody else who might get more use out of it. Then I've got the ABH Norvina collection. This is the Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. That's what the palette looks like. And then here is the inside. Kind of not really colors that I reach for a whole lot, a little bit more pinky red, so I'm going to let that one go. And you know, I have all of the Norvina, the big ones, except for I think I decided to get rid of the blue one, but I kept the rest of them, so I don't feel like I need this one. And then this was the Mini Volume 2. Let me see. Kind of the same. I feel like I'm probably not going to need this one. This one's a little bit more my speed, but like it only has 2 shimmers, and I feel like with, I believe it was the second Pro palette, you've got a lot of these colors. So I don't feel like I need this one either. It's kind of more of a curated collection from the big Norvina palette, so I don't feel like I need this one, so I will pass this one on to somebody else and let them get use out of it rather than it just sitting and collecting dust in my collection. So yeah, alright, so let me get another bin and we will move on. Okay, I think we are actually on our last bin. Oh, and I forgot to say I did film this look. I filmed it on TikTok. I think it might also upload on Instagram. I'm not sure. I've got to play with that and see if Instagram will upload the full video, because it was two videos and they were 10 minutes each. I'm not sure how long Instagram videos will upload. It's been a minute since I've been on Instagram, and I'm not sure how long their reels will do. But my Instagram is just Jennifer E Makeup, just like, well, it's all one word, Jennifer E Makeup, whereas I think my YouTube is Jennifer space E space Makeup, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, yeah, you can find it on TikTok or hopefully on Instagram soon. I'm going to try to upload it to Instagram tonight. And also the look that I was wearing yesterday to me, but in the first part of the declutter, I filmed on TikTok as well, and I will also try to upload to Instagram. And my TikTok is also Jennifer E Makeup, so I'm trying to use all 3 platforms so that hopefully I can get more followers from hopefully Instagram and TikTok to come over to my YouTube channel. YouTube still has my heart because I definitely am more of a long format person, but nowadays it seems like TikTok seems to be the more popular thing, so I'm trying to establish myself there as well. So if you would like to, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok. If I don't have my TikTok linked in my YouTube yet, I will link that in there so that you guys can find me on all 3 platforms. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Alright, on to the last bin. Alright, this is from C Color Cosmetics. Again, they're no longer in business. This is the Dope palette. This was a dupe for the Laura Lee Los Angeles. I want to say it was her first one, which I don't remember the name of whatever that palette was, but this is a dupe for that. So I will be passing that on. Let's see, I'm just going to pull a handful out. Oh man, this one's a tough one. This is Dominique Cosmetics. Wow. Talk about glare. There we go, Dominique Cosmetics. This is her Berries and Cream. Stunning palette. I know she doesn't have this anymore. I don't know why she discontinued all of her palettes except for, I think she has her transition palette, but this one was just a stunning palette. Beautiful berries, just as mentioned, berries and cream. But you know, since this palette she no longer has, I am going to go ahead and pass it on. The quality is impeccable, but unfortunately it's no longer around, so I can't use it on my channel. And I have other palettes that, you know, have the same color story. Another Dominique Cosmetics palette. This is the Celestial Storm palette. Again, another stunning palette. Exceptional quality. Like, her quality is really, really good. And I really do like this one. But again, since I can't really use it on my channel, since she no longer has it, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to somebody else, which is really a shame. I don't know really what direction she's going. Kind of a bummer. And again, another one. This is the Rustic Glam palette. Again, stunning palette. Beautiful quality. Don't know why she discontinued it, but she did. So I will be passing this one on. Sad to say. I would love to keep those, but again, since I can't really use them, you know. This one is Clarity Cosmetics, a Mauve Wedding. Let's see if I can get it out of the sleeve. And I don't know if they still have this one or not. If they do, I think I will hang on to this one. I never actually used this one, and these shimmer shadows are absolutely stunning. And I like this real deep, like, plum color they have here, and these are some good transition, if I can go the right way, these are some good transition shades. So if she still has this on her website, I am going to go ahead and hang on to this one because I would like to play with this one and test out her quality. Okay, this one, way back, further on, when I was filming, I showed you the Makeup Revolution and Alexis Stone palette that had, it was all mattes and it had different gradients of colors. She made this to go along with it. This is the Transformation palette, and these are basically real shifty shades that you could use on their own, or you could use them on top of the mattes. And this actually magnetizes to the palette, so it's really creative. So whoever gets the matte palette, I will be giving them this as well so that they have it to play with in all of its glory, because this is just a really cool concept, I think. So yeah, but again, they don't make that anymore, and I don't know. This is from Midas Cosmetics. I don't think they're in business anymore, sadly. This is a, what do you call it? Like cake liner or water activated liner. And these are pastels. I think I'm going to hang on to this, even though they're not around anymore, because I do like water activated liners, and these are UV as well. So when I like to have fun and play around with my makeup and be a little creative and on occasion do graphic liner, I think I'll use that. So I am going to hang on to that. And this is another one from Midas Cosmetics. This is their neon one, water activated liners. And there you go, just a very bright neon palette, and I love that it has a black and a white in there too. So I'm going to hold on to these because I don't really know anybody in my friends or family group that will use these. So I figure I'll use them for when I want to do creative makeup, basically. Okay. Oh. I wish they still had these. This is the e.l.f. Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette, and I really did like this palette, but unfortunately, is this one new? I think this one might be new. Yeah, like the tape on here, I think it's new. It doesn't look like it's been touched, so how about I throw them to a giveaway for one of you guys? Super pretty palette, and honestly, I don't know where the one is that I used, but it was really good quality. So yeah, this one's untouched, so I really did enjoy that. So hopefully one of you will. And then I've got the Wet n Wild Nautical Nonsense SpongeBob. I don't know if they still have this or not. If they do, I think I'm going to hang on to this one because this is very nostalgic. Okay, this one I got from BoxyCharm. I think everybody got from BoxyCharm. This is called Hello Charmer. I never used it. This is what it looks like. It's a cute palette. But again, I never used it, so I'll put this in a giveaway for one of you guys. So I'm going to be having lots of giveaways, maybe weekly giveaways. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Alright, here is, don't know what got all over the palette, but here is Dominique Cosmetics Latte Palette, which I'm pretty sure this one sadly is discontinued as well. This was a phenomenal palette, but again, since it's discontinued, I can no longer use it on my channel, so I'm going to let that one go. This is Pinky Rose Bright Lights. Super fun palette, but I don't see myself reaching for this because I have neons and stuff and other formulas that I like better. Plus this has like 3 glitter shadows or pressed glitters in there that I won't use. This is the Menagerie Killer Purr palette. I think this one has been discontinued too, sadly, but I'm not letting this go. This is a stunning kind of grungy neutral palette that is just right up my alley, and I absolutely love Menagerie's formula, so definitely hanging on to that one. Let's see, this is Oma Beauty. I honestly don't know if they're around anymore. This is the Black Magic Allure palette. And I mean, the packaging is just stunning, and the quality was okay on it. The shimmers were a little dry. They're kind of glittery and dry. Reminds me so much of the Subculture palette. I think it's a stunning palette. I really, really do. But again, I don't know if they're around anymore. Hold on, let me look. If they still have this palette, I might hang on to it because I really, really, really do. Like, I don't think they're at Ulta Beauty anymore, but I really like their, I like their brand. Oh, okay, they do still have it. Okay, so I'll cut all that out. But anyways, I just looked this up and they do still have this palette at Ulta Beauty, so I am going to hang on to this one. This is the Revolution Reloaded Neutrals 3 palette. Not a fan of Revolution, so I am going to let this go. Plus, these are not my colors. Have no idea why I bought this palette, but I guess I did. Let's see. This is the Morphe Ashley Strong. This was a water activated liner palette, which was really pigmented. Beautiful, more neutral shades. So whoever I give the palette to, the actual Morphe palette, the eyeshadow palette to, I'm going to offer this to them. If they don't want it, then I'll hang on to it because I did really enjoy the water activated liners. So I will set that aside and see if they want that. If they don't, then I'll hang on to it myself. Okay, this is the Persona Identity 2 palette. I don't think I've ever used this palette. I did love the Identity 1 palette. This is what it looks like. And I think she's redone her Identity 1 palette in the same packaging. And it's not groundbreaking or anything, but I think it's a really pretty palette. And I think I am going to go ahead and hang on to it because I really do like Persona Cosmetics. And this is one where you can throw together a nice little neutral look with pops of color. So I think I do want to play with this one and see how I feel about it. Okay, this is Jaclyn Hill Morphe. This is the Bling Boss palette, so the purple palette. Definitely letting that one go. Again, not too thrilled with Morphe shadows, so this is Lethal Cosmetics X Jolena. This is a really pretty palette, but I don't think they have this palette anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and let this palette go. Really pretty palette though. I think they did a good job with this collaboration. Pardon my scratchy throat. I'm just going to keep reaching in here. Okay, this is from Alter Ego, and they are still around. They do dupe palettes for like Natasha Denona and ABH, and I think also Huda Beauty. This is a dupe of, I want to say the Biva palette, maybe? I'm not totally sure. I think it was the Biva palette. I'm not 100% sure, but I am going to hang on to this one because I do like Alter Ego. They do have really good quality eyeshadows, and I did like this palette. Now this one, unfortunately, is from C Color Cosmetics. This is the Savannah palette. This was a dupe for their Safari, for the Natasha Denona Safari palette, which I'm pretty sure she discontinued that. And again, they're no longer in business, so I'm going to let this one go. Okay, this is a BH Cosmetics palette, Do Not Disturb. Really pretty. Really pretty, actually. I really like this palette a lot. I've created some really pretty looks with it, but again, since they're not really around anymore, they are, but not doing much, I'm going to let that one go. This brand, I'm pretty sure, is long since gone. This is the Face Candy Vice palette. This was a dupe for the Kylie purple palette, which I actually have right here. So there you go. Pretty close dupe to it. This is Face Candy. This is the Kylie palette. Honestly, letting both of them go. Won't use either of them. Face Candy, like I said, I don't think is around any longer. And this is definitely very old. Don't even know what the quality is on it anymore. Oh, not bad. Not bad, but I won't use it, so I'm going to let that go. And then this was the Kylie Jenner Blue Honey palette, which I thought was a really cool palette, but again, I have like these colors and other palettes that are much better quality, so I'm gonna let that go. Alright, getting into some Nomad Cosmetics palettes. This is the Paradise Islands palette. This is a stunning palette. Absolutely loved. I think I did like 3 or 4 looks with this palette. Absolutely love this palette, so this is going nowhere. Absolutely staying in my collection. This is the, oh gosh, Bosque Nuboso de Monteverde palette. And this is what she looks like. Stunning. Made some gorgeous looks with this as well. So yeah, not going anywhere. Okay. Ooh, more Nomad palettes. Oh, this is the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. This is another fall palette. You know, fall in a palette, I guess you could say. I mean, look at that. Look at those fall colors. Absolutely stunning. I had a lot of fun with this one. Made some really pretty looks with this one. So yeah, she is not going anywhere. This is the Nomad. I'm not sure. I want to say it was Harajuku palette. It doesn't say. It just says Intense Eyeshadow palette. Oh, Tokyo. Maybe that's what it is. Nomad Tokyo palette. This is more like a pastel palette. Super fun. Had a lot of fun with this one, so definitely looking forward to pulling this one out in the spring. So she's going nowhere. This is Nomad Iceland Fire and Ice. This one isn't necessarily my cup of tea. I'm not really into blues. I'm not really into reds. It's a nice palette, but I don't see myself reaching for this one, so I am going to let this one go. And then I have the Nomad America's Parks palette. Try to get the glare off it. There you go. That way you can see it. It's like a bunch of little stickers like you would put on your suitcase. Love this one. Nice earthy palette. Got some greens, lots of neutrals. Really fun. The shimmers are okay. Their shimmer formula is definitely improved since this palette, but I still really love this palette. So it's definitely not going anywhere. Definitely hanging on to this palette. Nomad is another one of my favorite brands. I just love how creative they are with their palettes. And all of their palettes are usually inspired by trips that they've taken. This next one is the Fête de Provence, so like their French palette. Oops, didn't know that little postcard was in there. There you go. That's what the palette looks like. And this is what the palette looks like. I love the reds, love the yellows. Yeah, I can pass on the 2 reds right there, but they kind of blend out to be a little bit more pink, so I can live with that. So I really did enjoy this palette, so I'm definitely hanging on to this one. Looking forward to hopefully having these out on display now that I've trimmed down my palette collection. This one is the Nomad Cartagena Mágica, if I'm saying that correctly. This one's a really bright, fun palette. You've got some neons in there, some real bright pinks and oranges and whatnot in there, so I really do like this one. This is another fun palette, so yeah, I'm definitely hanging on to this one. And then I have the Nomad Whistler Snow Lodge palette. And that's what this looks like. And I know I'm not really into blues, but honestly, these greens right here are really pretty. I like the kind of cool tone blue. This was a really pretty blue. This is more of a purple than a blue. So honestly, this is the only one that I might not use so much, but honestly, it's stunning. I mean, look at that. If I do use a blue, like that's the kind of blue that I'll use if I'm gonna do like a really bright blue eye. So yeah, really, really pretty and really shimmery. This is, and it kind of has kind of a purple shift to it too. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, not really, but it does have kind of a purple shift to it, so I really like it. So yeah, definitely hanging on to that one as well. Love my Nomad palettes. Alright, what do we have here? Ooh, this one is Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels. This was done in collaboration with Mel Thompson, who unfortunately is no longer with us. So I will forever hold on to this palette, and this palette is stunning. If you've never used Sydney Grace shadows, you're missing out. Their mattes are absolutely stunning. Their shimmers are beautiful. They don't necessarily have like a lot of, you know, fancy duochromes or multi-chromes, but that's okay. Their shimmers are like, I'll just, a couple of these I think are actually duochromes, but for the most part, their shimmers are just standard shimmers. But I mean, their shimmers are just gorgeous. And so smooth on the eye. So like they don't accentuate texture in my opinion. I mean, look at that. That's just so pretty. And Mel did just an amazing job on this collaboration. And we all miss her. Everybody in the beauty space loved her. She just had such a genuine heart. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Sydney Grace still sells this palette, and I think that the proceeds do go to her family, which I think is phenomenal, if I'm not mistaken. Alright, next up I have the Ace Beauté Oceanic palette. And this one, you know, I'm not into blues, but these blues and these greens together are just, they're just gorgeous. So I am going to hang on to this one because, like, let me show you some of these shimmers. Stunning. And their mattes are awesome too, but I mean, shimmers are more fun to swatch. I mean, come on. There's not a lot of fun in swatching mattes. Look at that. So, so, so pretty. So if you've never tried Ace Beauté, I highly recommend them. They have great sales all the time. So yeah, if you're interested in any of their palettes, I would say go for it. Especially if they're on sale. This is the Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes palette. Absolutely love this palette. I did a video on it, although I'm not sure that I ever posted it. I think something went wrong with it, but this one is just gorgeous. It's nice and grungy and green and just, why are you not focusing? Focus. There we go. Now we're focusing. So, so pretty. Stunning palette. Absolutely love it. It doesn't have as many shimmers as some of their other ones. It just has 3 shimmers, but that's okay. And it does have like this, I don't think it's quite a black, but it's really, really, really deep. It's almost like an, well, maybe it is a black. It just looked like an eggplant in the pan, but I mean, no, I think it's like an eggplant. Yeah, I think it's more like an eggplant or a really deep brown, but I mean, there you go. There's an example of their mattes. Super pigmented. And now my hand is stained. So yes, I'm absolutely keeping that. Alright, what else do we have here? Oh, I've got another Moira. This is A Moment with You. And again, this one opens up like a love letter. Absolutely love that. So creative. I really love Moira Cosmetics for a lot of their stuff. This is what the palette looks like. And oh yeah, this one's really pretty. It's got some greens and neutrals. So this is what it looks like. Trying to get it where, there we go. So yeah, hanging on to that one. Pretty sure they still have this one in their lineup. So I am going to hang on to this one. Very pretty. And their shimmers are really nice. Their mattes are not the best, but they're not the worst. So I do like them. Okay, this next one is the Give Me Glow Vivid Rose. This one is absolutely stunning. It's got some beautiful purples and pinks. And I don't think that I swatched any of her, her shimmers for you guys. So let me do that for you, just to give you an idea of what you're dealing with, because they are stunning. Her shimmers are super creamy. Like, they're ones that will go on forever and ever when you swatch them. And her mattes, like I said, aren't necessarily my favorite. They're a little dry, but they're absolutely workable. So there you go. I mean, look at how stunning those shimmers are. And she also has, besides her palette, she also has singles. So if you ever just want to pick up just some of her shimmers, which I have a lot of her shimmers in my singles collection, you absolutely can. This one is a duochrome, but I don't think it's picking up on, well, maybe you might be seeing the shift a little bit on camera. But these are just absolutely stunning. So yeah, she's going nowhere. I'm definitely keeping this palette because I love those tones. I'll probably pull this out, maybe do a Valentine's Day look for you guys with this one, because she needs some attention. I know it's been out for a few years, but that's okay. I'm all about using what's in my collection right now because, as I've mentioned before, I'm on a low/no buy. So that's where we're at. Alright, this is BH Cosmetics like Thousands Remix Dance. This is more of a cool tone palette and it's super cute, but again, getting rid of my BH Cosmetics stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go. And being a cool tone lover, I really did like that palette. This is the 80s Remix Dance. Please excuse the squeakiness of my chair. So this is more 80s colors, more like, you know, your neons, your hyper colors. Super cute, but again, letting it go, which really saddens me. I really was hoping that BH would really come back to their full glory after Makeup Revolution bought them, but sadly they did not. Alright, this is an LA Girl Pro Mastery palette. Super pretty. Rosy tone colors, but I don't think they have this one anymore, so I'm going to let this one go. And then I have the Main Stage Desert Dream palette. Backstage is the name of it. This one I think I'm going to hang on to just because I really do love the colors. I don't know if they have this anymore, but I still feel like I'll play with this one. Like, let me give you a swatch of some of these shimmers. That's more of a topper, I think. I'm not getting a lot of color from it, but I mean, you can see those. Yeah, that middle one is more like a topper, but hopefully the camera picks it up. Yeah, it picked it up enough. Super pretty. I mean, I think they did an incredible job with these. I don't know if they still make these palettes or not, but if they do, I recommend them. They do a really good job with these typically when they come out. So I am going to hold on to that one just because I really do like that color story. Even the blues I like in this one, so they're more of a bluish purple. So yeah, I'm going to hang on to that one. Well, we're getting down to the wire. We're almost done. Okay, this is another Ace Beauté. I feel like this was a duplicate, the Flare palette. I feel like I already showed you guys this. I feel like this might be one that I picked up for a giveaway and just never did anything with it. So let's stick it in the giveaway pile because she's brand new. So yeah, let's do that. Into the giveaway pile she goes. This will be fun, having like weekly giveaways. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I love giveaways. I love doing giveaways when I'm able to. So this excites me. Alright, and then I have the Glamlight Street Taco palette. I think they still have this one. I did a collaboration with... Okay, why are you stuck in here? Why aren't you coming out? There we go. This is what it looks like. I did a collaboration with Jacqueline Tries It on YouTube, and we each did our own version of the look, and I absolutely loved the way it turned out, both of our looks. It was so much fun. So this is very nostalgic to me, and I still love the colors, so this is going nowhere. I'm absolutely keeping this palette. Absolutely. I think the colors in here are beautiful. This isn't too difficult to store since it's in a rectangular box. So I am hanging on to this one. I feel like I have eyeshadow all over my hands. Ugh. Oh well. So goes life. Oh, this is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Orange palette. And as mentioned before, I don't really wear oranges, so I'm going to go ahead and let that one go to somebody who does. This one has been used, or I would have put it in the giveaway. Oh, this is another Sydney Grace palette. This is the Love Enduring palette. And this one is, I think I got it in the deep. Yeah, I got it in the deep. But I don't know if I mentioned before, when she releases palettes, she does them in light and deep so that she covers a vast majority of skin tones, and I love that. And I went for the deep just because I like to be able to go, I don't know, really deep with my colors. So there you go. That's what this palette looks like. Absolutely stunning palette. Nice neutral, some cool tones, some nice romantic tones. Beautiful, beautiful palette. Again, with the shimmers, nothing groundbreaking, but they're just nice and smooth and beautiful. So there you go. So like I said, like not multi-chromes, not duochromes, but just stunning, very, very blinding shimmers. Beautiful and very pigmented. So highly recommend. And then her mattes are gorgeous. So easy to blend. So if you've never tried a Sydney Grace palette, I highly recommend Sydney Grace. Yeah. Highly, highly recommend Sydney Grace shadows. Alright. Okay, I thought that I had another Spanglish palette. That's weird. So, this one's been used. The other one, I don't know what I did with it. I think I might have put it in the giveaway. If I didn't, then I will. How about that? And then this is her Destino. I think this is her newest palette. I don't think I've had a chance to play with it yet. Come on. But I want to. So definitely not, this is what it looks like. Definitely not going anywhere. I don't quite understand. Unlocked. I guess you can lock it and unlock it. Okay. Sure. Oh, maybe I did play with it. I don't remember playing with it, but I either swatched it or played with it. It looks like there's brush tips in there, so I must have played with it. But anyway, she's beautiful, so, and I really do like the quality of LMR Cosmetics, so definitely hanging on to this one. Okay, so let me see. So according to this, you can lock it, I guess? I don't get it. It didn't work. Oh, yeah, okay. So you can lock it. This has got this sliding thing right here, and it locks it. And when you slide it to the side, it's unlocked. That's cool. I guess that's great for travel, so interesting. Very interesting. But yes, I'm hanging on to that one. Alright, down to the wire. We only have a few palettes left. They're all small palettes. This is the only palette I have from Makeup by Yolando. This is called the Capture palette. I actually got this free. She was doing some kind of promo on Instagram. Where basically if you pay the shipping, you got a free palette. You didn't get to choose your palette, but you got a free palette. So this would not have been the one that I would have chosen because it's more of an orange palette, but the quality was absolutely stunning. So I am going to hang on to this because the look I made was gorgeous. And I will use the browns, maybe not necessarily the oranges, but I will use the browns, and this will remind me to purchase more from her. She is a beautiful African-American lady, stunning. I think she makes other things besides just palettes, and I would like to try more from her brand in the future. So, yeah. Alright, this is from Ofra. This is the Glow ×5. I don't know why this is in here. This is a highlighter palette that I cannot get to open. I feel like I'm going to break my freaking nail. Yeah, these are highlighters. So it's got Star Island, Rodeo Drive, Bali, Pillow Talk, and Blissful. So maybe I put this in here just to use as inner corner highlights. I need to leave this out because these are perfect for inner corner highlights, and I have a lot of these in the full size. So yeah, that's not going anywhere. I absolutely love their highlights. They're some of my favorite highlighters. This is their signature palette, Symphony. She's pretty, but I don't see myself really using this, so I have used this, but I don't see myself using it again, so I'm going to pass this on. And then this is the signature Luxe palette. Also have used this one. This one I could see myself using again. And what I like about these is the shimmer is actually one of their highlighters. And this one is Rodeo Drive here in the middle. So I am going to hang on to that one. I bet this is the green one. This is the Signature Palette Empowered. Yes, this is the green one. So definitely hanging on to the green one. The shade in the middle, I don't know if they released that. It's called Wall Street. I don't know if they released that as an individual or not, but that's what it looks like. Very pretty shimmer, so yeah, hanging on to that one. I do like the greens, the green tones, and then this really kind of cool taupe here, so I am going to hang on to that. Alright, this is another one from Poppy Cosmetics. This is called Summer Fling. Don't know if they still have this one or not, but if they do, I'm going to hang on to it because I really do like the colors. I like the pinks and the yellow, so I think this is a fun like spring palette that I'd love to do a look with and bring some attention to the brand if they still have this palette. If they don't, I'll look it up. If they don't, I'll pass it on to somebody else. Alright, this is one that I got from a BoxyCharm. It's called Studio Wear or Studio Makeup Easy to Wear Eyeshadow Palette. This actually reminds me of the Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. I feel like it was meant to be a dupe, but I don't see myself using this. I did swatch this, so I can't put this in a giveaway, but I will pass this on to somebody else. And then here I have a brand new Signature Symphony palette. Looks like. Pretty sure it's brand new. Not sure why I have two. It must have come in a collection that I bought. Yeah, brand new. And the middle shade is Blissful, which is a highlighter, like I said. So I will put this in a giveaway. So yay, another one that I can put into the giveaway. That makes me excited. I love giving stuff away. So, okay, I thought that was it, but I just remembered I have a whole bunch of quads from ColourPop that we have to go through. So let me put you guys on pause and put all this stuff away and make room, and then we'll go through those. And I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with, I promise, our last round of shadows. So I have a single here from Natasha Denona. I need a nude. I think this came in like a Sephora order. I don't think it actually says the name of the, oh, shade Muse. I have the palette, but I am going to keep this because this is great little shimmer just to pop on the lid when I need a quick look, so I'm definitely keeping that. Then I have a Pat McGrath Eye Ecstasy Sublime eyeshadow palette. Don't think she makes these anymore, but this was a great way to like introduce yourself to her shadows without spending an arm and a leg. This is just a more of a neutral palette, but like this one right here is a duochrome. So I don't know. I never reach for this, so I think I will go ahead and pass this on. I'm sure somebody else will get better use out of it than I will. Then I found some more of my Natasha Denona mini palettes, which I thought I had more. I was wondering where they were. This is the Mini Tropic palette, which she has discontinued the Tropic palette, I'm pretty sure, but I love this palette, so she's going nowhere. She's super pretty. Hanging on to her. This is the Mini Love palette. This is a nice romantic palette. Again, might be able to do another Valentine's Day look with this one, so definitely keeping that one. This is the Mini Zendo palette. And that's what this looks like. Very pretty. So yes, holding on to this one. And then this one is the Mini Biba palette. So yes, definitely holding on to this one. I love these for quick looks. You don't even have to think about it. Pardon me. And then I have some e.l.f. bite-sized shadows, which these are really good for the price. If you don't have any, I do recommend them. They're like $4, I think. This one is cream and sugar. Very nice neutral palette. Super easy to put together a look. And decent quality. I don't know. I can swatch the shimmers for you guys. I mean, not groundbreaking shimmers, but they're still really pretty. Maybe not as blingy as what I normally like, but still pack a punch. And like I said, for I think they're $4. Kind of can't beat that. Then I love this one. This one is Hot Jalapeno, the green one. Love this one. Super fun. So yes, we'll be hanging on to that one. This is the Mint Melt palette. And that's what this looks like. This is a cute little spring palette. So yes, I do like that one. And I can mix it with the jalapeno one to put together like a really nice cohesive green look if I want to. Or I can just do it by itself. And then this last one is Truffles, which is more of a cool tone palette, and I really like this one a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna hang on to all of those. Alright, I think I bought every single quad that they came out with because honestly I felt like the quality in these was a little bit next level. I feel like they stepped up their shimmers and stuff a little bit more. So honestly, it's going to be hard for me to get rid of any of these. This is their Semi-Precious Gemini palette. And if I was going to get rid of one, it might be this one. But honestly, I really like it. So yeah, I think I'm going to hang on to it. This is the Big Leo Energy. I love this one, especially this shimmer right here. Which just fell out. One of them fell out. It just came unglued. No big deal. It didn't break. It was just the mat. It did not break. We're good. But let me swatch that shimmer for you. Super pretty. I just felt like their shimmers were really good in this palette. I'm going to set this aside so I can remember to re-glue this one. That's upsetting. Okay, definitely keeping this one. This is Citrine You and Me. Very pretty. Honestly, I reach for these a lot. They sit down here in my makeup vanity. They sit down here in my bottom drawer, and I like to reach for them when I don't want to think about anything, because literally you've got 2 mattes and 2 shimmers and it's super easy. This is Triple Scoop. Super pretty. I'm just kind of afraid that they're going to fall out, so I'm being careful. Alright, this is one that I probably will get rid of. This is On the Mango. Just a little too orange for me. I won't reach for that one. So that one's going to go. This one is super pretty. This is the Bold and the Aries. Very, very pretty. If it would, there we go. Focus. This one's a beautiful, more kind of a rosy tone. This is called Peach Please. Aw, it's broken, but that's okay. It'll still work for me. Super pretty. The clasp has broken on it, but it still closes okay. This is one that I'll probably let go. This is the Sunday Fun Day. Sorry, I'll open it. It's got like 2 pinks and a yellow, and then like a really pretty white shimmer, which I think is a duochrome, but I don't see myself reaching for that one. This one's a real pretty pink one. This is called Extra Toppings. And I absolutely love this pink shimmer right here. This is a duochrome. I don't know if it's picking up the shift, but super pretty. So yeah, I'm hanging on to that one. This one is called Strawberry Sweet, which is a, oh man, this one's broken too. That's okay. This one's a cute pink one for when I'm feeling pink. And I do pink looks on occasion, so I will hang on to that one. If I can get it to close. There we go. This is a nice little kind of mauve palette. This is Sorbet. Very pretty. If it'll focus. There we go. Very pretty. Just gonna put those back in there. Next up, oh, this one's really fun. This is Tender Loving Cancer. It's got this really cool duochrome right here. Don't know if the camera will pick up the shift though. A little bit. Let me see if I swatch it, if it'll pick it up. It's kind of got like a pink to a teal shift. I don't know, the camera's not doing it justice, but this is a really fun palette, so yeah, I'm hanging on to that one. This is a purple one, so of course I'm hanging on to this one. This is The Secret Life of Scorpio. Very, very pretty. Maybe if I hold it like that, it'll focus better. Okay, and then this is Really Ruby. If I'm being honest, I don't know that I'll wear this one all that often, so I'll go ahead and let that one go. Oh, this is another really pretty one. This is Gotta Agate. Wow. Something kind of broken there. But anyways, there's that. And this is a real shifty shade. Yeah, you can kind of see the shift when I turn it like that. It's kind of like purple to teal, I guess. Very pretty. Here's another purple one. Of course, not going anywhere. This one's called Gimme Sugar. Super pretty. And another purple one. This is I See You Baby. Super fun. This is like a sequin shadow right here. Let's see. Another purple. This is Plum and Get It. So more of a deeper, like cool tone purple. This is more purple than brown. It's coming across a little bit more brown on camera, I think, but really pretty. This is just a really neutral one. This is called Cream Soda. I think they might still have this one. It's not quite as light. There we go. I've turned my lights down quite a bit because my lights were really washing everything out, but I don't think I can turn it down much more. You won't be able to see anything. And then this is a nice, really deep one. This is called Hot Chocolate. This one's really pretty, especially when I want a real nice, deep, dramatic look. This one is a pressed glitter. So I don't really see anybody in my friends and family wanting this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and hang on to this one because I do like pressed glitters on occasion, and these are still going strong. So yeah, I'm not going to swatch it because then I won't be able to get it off my fingers. Okay. And then the last row of these, I've got, oh, I love this. This is a nice cool tone. This is Head Caprico in Charge. Really nice, deep, neutral palette. Excuse me. And then I've got Never Tore Us Apart, and I am a Taurus, so this would be going nowhere even if I didn't like the colors, but I love the colors because this is a green with a really cool like duochrome right here, so definitely keeping that one. This is So Fruity, I think. It's hard to read some of these, but this is a nice neutral with some greens. So yeah, keeping that one. And this is more of a teal palette, which is a lot of fun. Well, actually it says an emerald away, so I guess it's more of an emerald, but to me this looks more teal than emerald. So I don't know, but it's really pretty. So yes, hanging on to that one. Yeah, this one has some fun turquoise colors. This is Pisces in the Sky. Super pretty. There we go. I just love the shimmers in these. They're really, really, really nice. And this one is Waffle Cone. Really pretty. This one is a duochrome as well. So these are just fun to reach for when I don't have a lot of time and I just want to throw a real quick look together. This one's a really nice neutral one. This is called All That Topaz. Super pretty. This one is Sparkler. I've used this one quite a lot. Very pretty. And last but not least is Feeling Coconutty. Very pretty. Yeah, very pretty. There you go. You can see that a little better when I pull it farther back. So there you go. That is my eyeshadow palette collection slash declutter. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Not sure how many parts I'm going to have to break it up to, if I'm going to do just one long video or if I'm going to break it up into multiple parts. I'm just going to have to, once I get in there and start editing, see just how long it is. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty darn long, so most likely I'll break it up into 2 or 3 parts, maybe to keep them to an hour max. That's kind of my thoughts. I feel like after an hour you kind of lose interest, so I'm thinking that is what I'll do, is if they're really long, which I suspect they will be because I have no idea how many eyeshadow palettes I have, that I'll need to break them up. I will put up on the screen how many eyeshadow palettes I started with, how many I decluttered. That way you guys have an idea of, you know, what I started with and what I ended with. And so I'll let you know how many I started with, how many I decluttered, how many I'm left with. I know I'm left with way too many eyeshadow palettes still, but being that I'm on a no/low buy, I plan to really dig into these palettes and start using them more. Probably make a series where I don't know what I'm going to call it. Give me ideas in the comments as to what I should call it, like retro palettes, or, you know, palettes that haven't gotten love in a while, or I don't know, something along those lines. Please give me some ideas in the comments. I would love to take your ideas and roll with it. I'm not as creative when it comes to titles and stuff like that, but I know you guys are, so give me some ideas, please. And let me know what else you would like to see. If there was any particular palette that you guys saw that I kept, that you're like, oh, I really, really want to see you play with that palette, let me know, because I am more than willing to do looks with those palettes. Maybe do some palette bingos. I don't know. Just, I'm willing to do whatever. I'm trying to get creative with my palettes since I can't buy a lot of new palettes. I do plan to hopefully buy maybe one palette a month. But that's probably all for now, whereas, you know, I used to buy multiple palettes a month. Not doing that anymore. Now I want to really focus in on what I have, use it, and then of course if I find out that I don't love it, then I'll pass it on to somebody. I do have more declutters that I need to film. I've got tons of blushes, tons of bronzers, I've got tons of like single shadows and super shock shadows, liquid shadows that I'd love to cover. I've got lipsticks, lip glosses. I just have a plethora of stuff that I still need to film declutters on, so be looking forward to those as well. Yeah, I think that covers everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have missed you guys tremendously. I know I didn't go into too much about where I've been. I think I'll do that in another video, kind of a where I've been video, to where I can really just chat, do my makeup without really going into too much of what I'm wearing. I'll just like basically put in the description box what I used, but won't really cover what makeup I'm using, and really just focus on talking to you guys and telling you guys what all's been going on in my life, because let me tell you, it's been a lot. I've been through a lot over the last year and a half. A lot of stuff has changed, and so yeah, lots to catch up on, lots to fill you guys in on. So be looking forward to that. I'm hoping to fill that pretty soon. So maybe after I get all of this declutter up, I'll do that, and then I'll move on to decluttering my other stuff. Yeah, I kind of think that's what I'll do. So that's my plan. So again, thank you for watching. I have missed you guys tremendously. I'm so excited to be back filming. I have missed it so much. Glad that I finally have everything set up. I am still kind of working on my lighting. This is a new house, a new room, new setup, so I will be tweaking stuff. I do hope that everything came out great in this video, but please bear with me as I'm trying to play with my lighting and my settings on my camera. If I need to adjust settings on my camera and stuff like that, feel free in the comments to let me know if like things are lagging. I'll try to play with the settings on my camera. It's been a while. I'll have to pull out my manual or pull up some YouTube videos to figure out how to tweak my camera if I need to. And again, please check me out on Instagram and TikTok, because I'll be doing more short format stuff there. I'll also post shorts on YouTube as well. That way, if you just want to stay on YouTube, I completely understand that. I was completely a YouTube girly, and then I don't know, one day I just got caught up on TikTok and decided I really love TikTok too. So, and part of TikTok, I'm hoping to gain some new followers that way, just because it's just a different market of people over there, you know. So I am really trying to grow my platform here, really trying to grow my subscribers here. So I would love it if you would share my videos. That would mean so much to me. I would really love to make this my job, 100% my job. I love doing it. I love playing with makeup, and I'd love to do more reviews for you guys. Not just eyeshadow palettes. I'd love to start reviewing foundations and blushes and lipsticks, and eventually skincare. Again, I'm just kind of getting into the skincare realm, but I'd love to, you know, start reviewing stuff that I've been using for a while. I'm not one that's going to use skincare for a day or a week and say, oh yeah, this is great. No, I'm going to give it at least a month or so to let you guys know what I think about it. So I would really like to expand on what I review. And I'd also like to come up with more series. I'd like to do, get back into the Will I Buy It, stuff like that. So be looking forward to that stuff. I know I keep saying bye, but these things are just coming to mind. So I will say bye now. I will let you guys go. Thank you again so much. Again, I've missed you guys, and I'm so happy to be back. I hope that you guys enjoyed this declutter, and please feel free to leave whatever comments you want below. I will do my best to get back to each and every one of you, because each and every one of you are so special to me. I know I did get a message from somebody on TikTok. She found me on TikTok and said, I miss you. And I was like, oh my God, that just melted my heart. I was just like, oh, I miss you guys so much. You have no idea. So I'm so happy to be back, and thank you for having been a subscriber for all these years, and I hope that you're glad to see me back, and I hope that you're glad to see more from me. So yeah, with that being said, I will say thank you all so much for watching. I don't remember my outro, it's been so long, so I'll just say have a good night. And I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are in this world. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I look forward to talking to you again soon. So, bye!